Hey guys, it's Leo Sabbath here. I'm just making this video just to kind of remind yourselves or kind of tell you guys that it's all on you if you want to build on your dreams. Because I'm just gonna tell you a story about how I started my journey on on my life, and how I started. Where I got the inspiration was probably back in grade 7. I was in school and then I always wanted to do business. Didn't know what kind of business, didn't know what, no, I had no idea what to do. I didn't know what business was, what kind of work it would take, but I knew I always had a very hard work ethic, and that's the only reason why that I got through a lot of things in my life, is just because of my work ethic. I wasn't born the strongest, I wasn't born the smartest, but I grew up always being told to listen. And speaking on listening, my engine name is The Earth That Listens, right? And today I just found out how to say it in Soto, and I might say it wrong, but I believe it goes Aki Andanto Tangan. And yeah, that means Earth listens. And I got that from my spirit that watches over me and who gave me that name. My grandfather gave it to me, and he's passed on. Gabriel, I believe, Crow Buffalo, but I really didn't grow up with him too much, but I did see him here now and then, and yeah, it was a great honor to know him. But anyway, I started off when I was about grade 7, grade 8, and then even then, the teacher I was talking to, she said, "You got to be smart, Leo. You gotta have to be all in it." Like, coming from an Indian perspective, she saw that it's very low chance, probably a low chance that a native is gonna make it, right? Because I don't know, just because we're always oppressed and whatever, all that racial stuff. But it didn't affect me to this day. But at that time, it did. It did affect me. It was like. It's like, oh man, well, if she's a woman, a white lady that, was a teacher, and I see her as a very hard worker, but, I didn't understand the power I had in me, the strength and the will and determination, and, the resilience of overcoming everything. But at that time, I gave up, so I was like, oh, whatever, I won't do business. Hopefully sometime in the future I will come back to it. But at that time I just dropped my dreams and whatever, my hopes and my aspirations and my inspirations, just to work towards it. But where that drive and that motivation came back from was in 2015. Around the time when I was first met my wife that I'm with now. We moved out of Regina because it was not a good environment where we're living, right? And there's a lot of drinking and everything happening in that house, and it was throwing me off. And I didn't want to work roofing no more, because I used to walk an hour and a half just to get to work through the blizzards, through the snow, and I'd be carrying 80 pounds worth of my harnesses, my tools, my ropes, my anchors, and at that time I was like just struggling so hard. I didn't even have lunch money. All I did was eat breakfast, eat a protein shake, and then I would head to work, and I would work all day in the snow. Didn't eat lunch, didn't borrow money. I was too humble, whatever, too egotistic, whatever you want to call it. But I had too much pride just to ask and borrow money, because I only made like $600 to $800 a month. But whatever. And then this opportunity came in 2015 year, for mining, right? And there was two courses of mining and environmental monitor. And so that year I did the mining course. I met a great guy there, instructor, who was Ben Williamson. Oh man, he was a hard worker. He was very scheduled. He was someone I looked up to right away. He showed me that you have to live on a routine, and you have to be dedicated, and you have to be willing to sacrifice all your leisure activities and sacrifice more sometimes just to get a great, what would you call it, a great education, I would say. And anyway, that year, 2015, finished up my mining course, and another 2015 year, and then the new year started for environmental monitoring. And yeah, I believe that, yeah, 2015. And then anyway, yeah, I met this other wonderful lady. She was there from the beginning, Carol Crow. And then she was a very, very hardworking woman. You know, she cared about her traditional ways. I think she cared about a lot of things, and you know that inspired me to do better. And then right then and there, I got my inspiration to come back and do business. And you know, and at that time, you know, how old was I? 2005, about 25 years old, and already, you know, getting sick of working and wanting to find a better way of life and wondering how to do it. And then they showed me through their dedication and, you know, just their care and their love in the things they did and everything. So, and I'd like to thank you, Carol, if you're listening to this. But you guys and Ben Williamson, thank you guys. And anyway, that inspired me. And then one day, I was very proud of myself, feeling happy, you know, doing environmental monitoring and learning all this great stuff to protect the earth. And, you know, I was just like really in it. And then one day I felt the urge to go and visit my grandparents, my Cookum and my Mushum, you know, and they're great people, very hardworking people. And I listened to them because they grew up in residential, and my Mushum ran away from residential and at age of 8, and he's been working his whole life. And my Cookum, she aged out, and you know, she was like basically the keeper over there. She took care of the kids. She cooked, she cleaned over hundreds, maybe possibly thousands of all the years that she'd been worked there. And then at 16, she got aged out. And then that first few months within that year, she was back there right away because the nuns there couldn't even take care of the kids. They're eating moldy food and, you know, just no good stuff. Their health was deteriorating, and none of the nuns there were able to feed hundreds of kids at once, and you know, whatever. And my Cookum was only one. She knew how to cook bread, she knew porridge, soups, everything. And then anyway, they called her back. She worked there till she was 18, another 2 years. But anyway, and so that's where I get my, you know, my motivation from them, my inspiration. And then anyway, that day I was talking to my Mushum. I was telling, hey Mushum, I want to do business. I was talking to him about whatever, just having coffee with him, and then I finally brought that up. I want to do business, Mushum. I want to go to business school. And then he kind of got mad at me. He's like, no, my boy, you can't do that. You know, you can't be doing those things. That's only if you're white you can do those things. And then where he was getting that from is from that era where he saw his parents living in an oppressed era where the Indian agents, you know, expected them to go to them for permits so the natives can leave the res. And then he saw that, and he saw the Indian agents come and go, taking my great grandfather's cattle because they were good farmers. And then we got to a point where the Indian agent came and took everything. They took everything, and then they couldn't farm no more. And so they had to depend on welfare and all this and that and whatever. But he had that mindset where the white man can take everything and anything away from you, right? You had no chance being a native. And then I sat there talking. I was like, well, Mushum, he told me a little bit about that stuff, and I was like, Mushum, but it's a different time, Mushum. It's not as bad as how it was a long time ago. Now us natives, we can do things. And then yeah, we're talking. Then he started getting really mad at me, and then it got to a point where he was saying, I don't remember the whole conversation, it's 5 years ago, but he was saying that you should get out of my house if you want to talk back to me. And my Cookum started getting mad too. You should leave. All you're doing is making us mad. You come in here trying to say you're better than us and all this and that. And I'm saying, what? I was like, Cookum and Mushum, I'm not trying to come here and argue and say I'm better. I'm just saying that we have opportunities and we can better ourselves. And then my auntie came and she said, yeah, you should leave too. You should get out of here. My auntie Cynthia, get out of here. If you want to talk back to your parents, we're growing up not to talk back. And then that's coming from the worst one that always talks back, but whatever. And then anyway, I sat there. I was like, Mushum, I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to leave on bad terms. I'm going to sit here and talk to you and wait till everything's, and talk it out like men. I told him, I'm a man now, Mushum. I have my own thoughts. I have my own dreams. I'm able to do these things too. You know, I'm strong, Mushum. You guys are strong. I'm strong because of you guys. I got this mentality to keep going and keep fighting, and, you know, not to give up from you guys. And then this is me coming in a respectful way and trying to, keep the peace, because I didn't want to leave when they're kicking me out, telling me to leave and go, and saying I was being better to go back to the white man and all this stuff. And I was like, and then eventually we started talking again, and he's like, well, my boy, if you want to do it, you go ahead and do it, but I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be hard, and don't be disappointed if it doesn't work out. And I was like, okay, Mushroof, thank you for listening. And I was like, I apologize. I was like, sorry, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful and whatever, right? I didn't want to come here and try to make you guys mad. I was just telling you guys that, I had something in my head, my dream, and I felt comfortable coming to you guys and tell you guys about it, because I didn't have no one to go. A lot of us Indians, we don't have a lot of people to go to and talk to and tell us their dreams, and just to talk it out. But what I understood there is it doesn't matter what people say, because I trusted my Mushroof and he shot me down, but then I didn't break. I could have walked away right then and there when he kicked me out, but I didn't. I want to show him that, hey, I'm not here. We're not who we were a long time ago. We still have our work ethic. We still have our love. We still have our, our fight to keep going for what's right and everything. But anyway, that conversation ended, and I hugged my cookum. She was still mad. My Mushroof, he was still kind of bitter, but he was kind of understanding where I was coming from. And then the moral of the story is, with that being said, you're not going to have anybody. You might not have anybody to see your dreams. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if anybody doesn't see your dreams, because you see your dreams. It's up to you to go out there and do the work, to speak up for yourself, but not in a hateful way, not in a disrespectful way. Show respect, because there's always someone listening. I was always told growing up, the Creator, he's always listening, he's always watching, he knows what you're doing, he knows when you're doing good, he knows when you're doing bad, and it doesn't matter what you believe in. We all come from the same higher power, and then because really it doesn't matter. And then that year I signed up for business and I passed. It wasn't easy. I sacrificed a lot of time for my children. That's when my second youngest daughter was just being born. Her name is Leia, and then she was born on September 17th, the day after my cookum's birthday. And then that was the first month. And then me and my common-law, we have kids, right? And she already had 2 boys, and then I wanted to be with this woman for the rest of my life, so I took on the job as being a father and raise him. And I met him when he's 6 and he's 12 now. The youngest one after him, he was 3 when I met him, and then now he's 9. And they're strong boys. They're very strong boys. My wife is very strong. She's very strong. Misled from the system she grew up, but she's very strong. She's very loving, and I love her for that. But moral of the story is, really, no one's gonna see what you see. So it's up to you to go out there and do what you think is right, and know what's right, and to be able to sacrifice, because it's gonna be tough. That was a tough year, my first year of business. I had to do 18, 19-hour days almost every day, but I always took Sunday off just to, I tried to most days, just to try relax with the family. But it takes a lot of your time just to get good at what you want to do. And we only get 24 hours in a day. I started off with 8 hours of sleep in the beginning. By the time at the end of the year, I was only taking 4 or 5 hours a day, every day, just to be top of my class. Be the best that I can be. I wasn't trying to be better than anyone. I was trying to be better than myself, because I knew if I stopped working that I'm going to be kicking myself in the ass, talking bad about myself. Damn, I should have did that. I should have did this. I should have took that time off when I knew I should have been working. But I learned from there, and then, but really though, it's up to you to do the work, and it's going to be very tough. It's very tough. And I just want to give you guys inspiration, because now we're in COVID-19, and it's tough out there, Jobs are being lost, and we can't go out visit and everything. But use this for your advantage. Use this time to better yourselves, because now we can't get distracted. Now there's no bars open, there's no casinos open, there's no bingos. Now you only have you to blame. And I'm not saying that you had other things to blame before. I'm just saying now you really know what you have to do, and I hope you guys keep chasing your dreams, because like I've always known, growing up my whole life, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. It's gonna get hard before it gets easy, because you have to build up that strength, you have to build up that endurance, you have to build up that mental strength just to, just to be able to cope with it, and eventually get stronger and stronger and stronger, and eventually you just, all you know is hard work, and then all you expect is hard work, and you know it's never going to be easy if you want to keep working hard and chasing your dreams, because that's what it takes, is hard work. And that's all I want to say, is just tell you guys, just to give some inspiration, to let you guys know that, that you have to see your dream, you have to do the work. It's up to you to schedule your days, to get the amount of sleep you have to get in, get the right energy, feed yourself, hydrate yourself, think of good stuff, surround yourself with good people. And like I said, now's the time that you can do that. And I hope you guys really take my message seriously, because I wouldn't lie to you guys, because trust me, it took me a long time to get where I am today. And I love you guys, and I hope you guys treat yourselves better. And if you're doing that already, treat yourself even greater. Thank you. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys have a good day. And keep working hard, and don't worry about what people think. It matters about what you think. That's all that matters. Whatever you think is true. Think good stuff, know good stuff, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, and just keep at it. Keep at it. Alright guys, bye.